These two teams, man, even, but I personally do feel like the Raiders just have a little bit more of the talent edge than some of the matches that we've been talking about recently, whether it was the Falcons, the Saints, the Ravens, any of those teams throughout this time frame. We've pretty much felt like even though it was even, we still had that slight advantage in terms of just the personnel, whether it was because of health or just our organic rosters. But this one I do feel like is slightly different because obviously they do have some top flight guys over there, right? But in terms of some of the advantages that I think we will have, I personally feel like Alex Highsmith, man. I think that he is one of those guys in this particular matchup that he should be able to have some success. In terms of the particular player that he's going to be facing, let me pull his name up. Colton Miller. Colton, good player. Don't get it twisted. Former first-round draft pick. I think it was in 2018, if I remember correctly. But right now, I feel like Highsmith, he's playing on a true, he should have been first Pro Bowl, not alternate, but I just think that that's a matchup that he is going to be able to deliver some pressure consistently. I think that in terms of when they try to run to that side, that he's also going to provide us just some added physicality over there, man. And I do think that that's going to help us out. The next thing, I think that our passing attack, in terms of when we are on offense, I think that they're going to have struggles handling our receivers. Whether you're talking Pickens, whether you're talking Deontay, whether you're talking Pat, I just think that all of those guys are going to be able to have success. When they go to their zone concepts, we naturally play really well against zone. All three of our guys that I just named do. And then versus man-to-man, we obviously know what they are capable of. Have we got full confirmation that it will be Kenny starting? We're good on that? Is that we locked in or?
From my reports, yes.
What does that mean?
Well, Tomlin did say it like 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
I don't know if there needs to be anything more.
Oh no,
official.
I didn't look into it. Okay.
He said literally Kenny's gonna play on Saturday.
Okay.
He's passed the concussion protocol. He's still popping up on the injury report just to check a box or something like that.
Got you. Okay.
Just, okay. Procedural, but he's gonna play. He's been full practice every time.
For sure. Then. So yeah. And I was going to say regardless of who is at quarterback, but even now that we know that it is going to be Kenny, to me, man, I just think that we will be having advantages there. Now, the caveat with that is we have to protect, and that is where it gets dicey this week. But in terms of just our receivers versus their secondary, I do feel like we should be able to have a consistent advantage for 4 quarters there. And then the third thing that I think we'll have an advantage in based on what we've been seeing is our physicality. I don't think that this team is a more physical team than Baltimore. Baltimore was literally the only team that I felt this season was clear-cut the more physical team. Cincinnati, they made some plays, but I didn't necessarily feel like they out-physicaled us. Baltimore was that team. I don't think that Vegas is on that same type of energy. When I watch them on tape, they have physical moments. They'll have physical quarters. You watch them in the first half of some of these games, they look very physical. Second half, specifically the third quarter, they don't look as physical. But for me, I think that that's one of those ones that I think right now we're in that groove and we understand that that's how we win games. And we've seen just in this short span of time since the bye week when we have not been physical or the more physical team, the direct correlation to that. So I do feel like that will be another advantage for us. Now, in terms of some things where we might be at a disadvantage or have some areas of concern, I do think that the Raiders' passing attack could give us some problems. Devontae Adams, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, All-World. We know who he is. Darren Waller, Pro Bowler, All-Pro, essentially another All-World freakazoid tight end. We know who he is. And then Hunter Renfrow, if he's the third of that group, he's still in his own right, can create issues in the slot. I think just with those 3 players specifically, that's going to create some issues for us just when we're talking about who we're pointing to who and how we want to play them. If we could just exclusively focus on the receivers without having to worry about the run game, I think we could definitely make some adjustments cover-wise and be fine. The problem is Josh Jacobs, and that's the thing that kind of puts you in a bind in terms of how you can play them coverage-wise. So that's why I said the passing attack, I could see that potentially being an issue if we decide to focus more on Josh Jacobs. Now, the second disadvantage I have is Josh Jacobs because obviously, man, he's leading the league in rushing. He's on a crazy pace this season, and great for him, man, in terms of contract year, so hopefully he'll get paid. And just hopefully him trying to revitalize the running back position, But the thing that I look at with Josh Jacobs is like, man, when they're committed to him and they actually want to give him the ball, man, they are a tough team to beat. But at the same time, they don't always do that. And that's the part where it's like, man, it could get really serious. It could not be. But the issue that I potentially see us having with it is we got to pick our poison. Do we want to play the game where we take away Josh Jacobs but allow their receivers and tight end to have a little bit more favorable matchups like we saw last week? Or do we try to take away those receivers and play the game of, hey, let Josh be the guy to see if he can, do it for them for 4 quarters? One of the two are going to have to give, though. So that's why I have both up there as potential disadvantages, because I don't know which version we're going to come out there and do just yet. But we're going to find out soon enough, man. And hopefully we choose wisely.
Not even just Josh, just the Raiders O-line. Are you going to be able to hold up every time? I almost, if I had to pick one right now, see, it's gonna be cold though. Too.
Yeah,
and like
they're used to the dorm. I mean, the dome. Excuse me.
You don't want to give them a leg up on physicality in the cold. But I think right now I'm leaning slow bleed.
Me too. But I
also up in the red zone.
But I also feel what you're saying in terms of the cold and then giving
give
them
them
that.
Minutes, they'll take them out.
Absolutely, and that's the part that concerns me because I'm like, it could be one of those games where you have to just be more physical and run it. When it gets cold like that, that football gets rock hard, man. And it's different, man, in terms of putting that ball in the air and the teams that want to do that and the teams that are able to do that at a high level, it gets difficult, which is why we always talk about AFC North football being that you got to be able to run the ball because of this time of year. So that's, like I said, the dilemma of how do we handle it? I personally am leaning towards the slow bleed and saying to myself, man, Miles Jack, if you're healthy, Robert Spillane, D. Bush, need you this week. This is one, Edmonds.
Like you're gonna have to go the extra mile.
Absolutely, because
do multiple things.
A Devontae can kill you in this game. 2 or 3 Devontae take the top off, that can kill you. If Darren Waller takes top off, that can kill you.
What do you think? We do a lot of cover 2 then?
I personally would. I would play, the Tampa 2 because it's gonna at least give the illusion of 3. When we're in our nickel, I'm going 2-man, so I'm protecting those guys over the top. Very similar to what we did at Philly. The only difference is make the plays at the end. The first touchdown to A.J. Brown, if Minka or Edmonds makes the play, it's no. It was just, you got, A.J. go up there and do something freaky, and we looking like, what just happened? And then the same could be said on his other one on the right, where it's like, hey, you're in perfect position, just finish the play. I'm thinking that type of approach, but actually finishing the plays. If we do that, then we can, like I said, really take that slow bleed. That's what I would like to do versus us sitting there walking that guy down into the box and we're trying to pack the box and it's like, I don't want to see Cam Sutton trying to play one-on-one coverage with Devontae Adams. I don't want to see Levi Wallace trying to play one-on-one with Devontae. Yeah, you might win 6 of them, but the other 4, it's probably going to be flipped because Devontae is one of them dudes. We know that. It's just one of the ones I don't want to do the quick headshot, So
not coming out at least. Maybe you see how Carr's looking.
Correct.
That's going to be just interesting in general.
Yeah.
How do both these quarterbacks look? In 0 degree weather,
yeah.
Who knows what type of wind?
Absolutely, because it could definitely be a case where it's like, don't give him a cheapie. But if you see that, hey man, he's not throwing that ball like that.
He's off.
Now we switch it up.
He's obviously flustered a little bit. Now we can bring some heat.
Now you walk a dude in that box or something like that to help really take away that run, and now you got him where you want to have him at. But that's like my big thing. I don't want to give them any cheap way of winning, any cheap scores. I want them to have to earn everything because that is where they struggle the most. They don't how we talk about us leading the league in 10+ play drives. That's not the case for them. They'll have it, but they turn it over. They will make a mistake. And that's where I feel like if we can make them just have to execute, they will make a mistake. But we can't give them anything. We can't let them off the hook by us blowing a coverage, by us missing an assignment or anything like that, because that is how they'll get up out of here. And we don't want that. But the final disadvantage or concern that I think we might have to worry about are the 2 guys that we talked about yesterday, Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, specifically because both are really outstanding players. And we talked about at this stage what makes both of them unique and what makes both of them so difficult. Max is the relentlessness. It is just the hair on fire. You can have him blocked. And he's going to keep working his hands. His feet never stop. He just is on a crazy, like, I don't even know how to describe him at times. Like, it really came to fruition last season in terms of, like, the productivity with the effort. And now you're getting those type of crazy results. But
Mad Max.
Yeah, that's who he is, bro. Maybe it's the Vegas. Maybe that's what it is, the desert. But yeah, he's on that type of energy. And with Chandler, I'm a big Chandler Jones guy because he is one of the most skilled pass rushers that you will see in terms of hand usage, footwork, setting up moves, stringing together moves, and stuff like that. And we obviously know both our tackles, man, specifically Chooks. I think that Chooks is definitely playing really well at times this season. Dan has had moments, but with both of those guys, we know that they could still have some issues. And these are just two pass rushers that throughout their careers have shown an ability to take advantage of matchups like this for 4 quarters if you're single blocking them. Now, we will see what our approach is with Matt Canada. If he puts those guys on islands or if he plays more big body personnel groupings. I think if we go big body, move in the pocket, and when we take our shots, we protect it the way we're supposed to, like a max protect type look, I don't think it's an issue. But if it's a scenario where we're throwing that thing 40 plus times, like I said, we haven't done it recently. But if it reverts back to that and we're having those tackles having to pass block that many times, that's where I do think it will get bad for those two guys specifically.
I'm guessing the only way that happens is if we get down early.
Correct. And
that's why it happened a lot early on when Pickett first started.
And the only way you get down early is if we give them up something defensively, right? A blown coverage or like the Patriots game, right? You're in perfect position and you lose the 50-50. Mm-hmm. When those type of things happen, it puts you behind the 8 ball. It makes us have to throw the ball. Now that puts our O-line in harm's way. You think about when we feel the best about our O-line. It's when we've been having the dope rushing attack. When we've been balanced, when they're not having to pass block 40 times and it's predictable. That's the other part. Man, if you're blocking Chandler or Max Crosby, but they don't know it's a pass, now you got the upper hand. But when they can just, dig in and put their ears back and just go, good luck. Like, that's just a handful. So, like I said, those are some of the advantages and disadvantages I think that we will have, though, in this matchup. And like I said, I still do feel really good about it. But as you can see, these are some of the differences this week versus that we didn't really necessarily have outside of, I think, maybe Cincinnati. We haven't really talked about teams where it's like, all right, this right here.
Yeah.
This given form, where it was like, man, the whole receivers with the Joe Mixons, like that.
Everything
dynamic.
Across the board. Derek Carr is a better quarterback than any of the guys that we've been going up against recently. Mm-hmm. And you're right. The weapons, Devontae Adams is arguably the best receiver, if not one of the top 3, based off
depending on
his body of work over the last 4 or 5 years. Probably not this season. Obviously, Justin Jefferson's absolutely going off. Yeah. But Devontae Adams, I mean, he made a Pro Bowl. He's one of the top 4 receivers in the AFC.
I was going to say, he still
combine that with Darren
on
Waller and Hunter Renfrow. We didn't go up against any of those type of dudes these last however many weeks, and they got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Combined with the Josh Jacobs, who's leading the league in rushing.
Yeah, because Devontae, he's still at 1,200 yards right now. 1,200, 12 touchdowns, 86 catches.
Really shitty start.
And think about it, this is still considered a down year for him right now.
It has felt like that.
This is a down year for him.
Quiet year.
Yeah.
I don't have much more to add because that's the most interesting part to me. Just how are we going to play against their talent on offense? And we did actually a pretty decent job against them last year in that home game, week 2. It's just that they had that one to Ruggs where we got a little slip up, whether it was Norwood, Minka, whoever you want to blame.
Yep.
And, it was, I mean, that Raiders game last year was so much about, in my opinion, on offense, our line just struggling and Ben getting beaten up. So we didn't really put many points up on the board. I think it was like 9 or 10. But they only had 16, and that's with that explosive play.
Well, and I was going to say, I do feel like I don't want it to turn into this.
They didn't have Devontae last year, but they had Ruggs.
My thing is this. I don't want it to turn into a shootout. But I personally do feel like if it were to get like that, we would be able to score. I just don't know if we would be able to hang with them defensively in terms of getting the stops. No, just in the sense of, bro, like, their secondary is bad at times. When their pass rush is not on, and at times the pass rush isn't always on. That's the other thing. Like, at times, when it's not there, you can really take advantage of that secondary and you can score in a hurry. New England was showing you that as well. It's like, man, you can get back in them and they will make some mistakes on their own, but you can still take advantage of some of this stuff. But my concern is if we fall into that trap, I don't know if we defensively can hang with that type of attack in terms of the airing it out game back and forth. It would be fun to watch.
It'd help if they just go fully one-dimensional.
Right.
But if they sprinkle in the run, I could see that being a little bit of a problem. Yeah. I feel good.
I don't want us to play it like that. I would much rather be the slow, like, just body punching, wait on them to make a mistake, because I do feel like we can out-execute them. That's the one thing that I do feel like we'll be able to do. But I would much rather take that approach than try to, let's see who can punch the hardest today. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's my thing. I think the big, like, X factor, big thing to look out for, most interesting thing to me is just our defense versus their star players on offense, because I feel really good about our offense going into this.
That's what I'm like.
I really do. I don't like their defense. Their defense
going to be able to score, man.
Is kind of comparable to Carolina. They got some stars, but it's really lacking some substance there, and we should be able to either run the ball or pass the ball. It's just, what do we want to do? Be balanced. We're going to be able to move the ball. Whatever way you want to lean a little bit more, I don't care. We should be able to have our way.
But the most important thing for our offense this week, you cannot turn that ball over, baby. We gotta have it. We gotta keep it, because they gonna turn the ball over.
He's got us.
Yeah, but just don't turn the ball. As long as we don't turn the ball over, man, I feel like offensively we should be able to move the ball. We should be able to have success offensively. So I guess now it is time for some score predictions, baby. All right, so how we feeling? Drop it in the chat. Score predictions, man. Who gets it done on Saturday night? Oh, man. Do the good guys? The Raiders. Who gets it done?
You want to go?
Nah, I wanted to let you go first, man. The polo is it's just so drippy today, bro.
I've worn this before.
I know, but it's the whole fit, man. I ain't,
Thanks.
You just top to bottom and you look good.
Thank you.
That's why I want to go to Target with you, man. I feel like I don't need to go to Target with you, because you're going to be pulling like all the little mommies out there, man. I can see it right now. All them little single moms, all the little single milfies out there, just, shopping for their little sons and daughters, looking for stepdad. You going to walk in, they going to be like, oh, whoa, who's that? Whoa. See that right there? You know what I'm saying? It's going to pull up on you, Deke. I'm telling you, bro.
I don't doubt it.
Deke drippy today, what?
I just don't want all these women fighting over me, though. It's the holidays. I need, like I said at the beginning, I want people to be nice to each other.
I'm telling you, Deke. I'm telling you, man. I can see that look right there. Deke going to walk in. He going, all them little Targets got the little star, but he can go over there. Hey, let me get the latte, please. Let me get a little pumpkin spice grande. Hold the whip. That's what he gonna hit him with. And he be like, whoa, he even drinks Starbucks. Oh my God, I love this guy. That's what they gonna say, man.
Okay.
Yep. I'm telling all my lady friends, hey, do not go to Target. Deke is going to Target, ladies. Don't go to Target this weekend. All right.
I'm not going to Target.
Now, we meeting up. Remember that. I'm gonna meet you up there. You go first. I'm meeting you tomorrow. And we got the kart race, official momentum, and this broski. They pulling up, and we getting active. Okay.
If the kart race is happening, I'll be there.
I'm just saying, what's up, man?
It's not happening.
You scared, bro? Scared money don't make money. What's happening, man?
The kart race isn't happening.
Man, what's up,
I'll
man?
do the kart race. I'm waiting for everyone else to
It's karts.
Bring in their commitments to it.
It's karts.
I'll do it.
I'm committed. I'll bring the helmet. I'll bring goggles. Do you want a mouthpiece, yes or no?
I'm good.
Okay. Because it was going to be used, but it was still going to be cool. Game worn. I just, I know how you felt.
I don't need it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
I just don't think the fish momentum side of it's going to show up.
Oh, we worried about the ops. We worried about the opposition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tomorrow's the only day we could do it, too.
It's the only... He says the only day. That's it. It's got to be tomorrow. All right. Yep.
So for this game...
Talk to me, Deke. What's happening? Talk to me, baby.
We know this is a big game for multiple reasons.
Ain't that the truth?
Honoring Franco Harris, the Immaculate
Legend
Reception, 50th anniversary. But also for the Steelers' playoff hopes.
Let's go.
Raiders, they got their eyes on the playoffs too.
They got one eye.
But maybe they shouldn't, because their expectations might be a little too high. They need to get let down a little bit easier than what could take place if they actually think they're going to make the playoffs, because this is going to be the one where loser goes home.
With a black eye.
And the Steelers aren't going home. I mean, actually, technically they will, because this game's going to be in Pittsburgh.
I mean, technically. But you catch what he's saying.
We ain't going home from the playoffs.
Exactly.
I know that.
Nah.
And there are scenarios. I don't care. And this
goes
back to everything we talked about with this whole playoff chances,
Uh-huh.
what could happen, what teams need to lose.
Uh-huh.
It's not far-fetched
What's up?
that the Steelers make the playoffs. It's not as far-fetched as you're thinking.
It's not.
I broke it down,
It's that simple.
and it's possible.
What's up?
You heard KG after he won the NBA Finals. Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. Or J.R. Smith. Anything is possible. But either way, I'm with you.
To put it simply,
Mm-hmm.
KP8 lights up this Raiders defense like a Christmas tree.
Ooh. And I love Christmas.
Najee Harris,
Deuce, what's happening?
he scores too.
Deuce gets two of them things. Ooh, wait.
Whether it's receiving or rushing,
Okay.
he gets two.
He said, I give you an option. You want me to run it in or you want me to catch it in? But either way. All right.
To keep it with the Christmas theme, two little presents for Steeler Nation.
Oh, you thought of us? No, you shouldn't have. I'm with it. Let's go.
Our defense,
What they gonna do, D? What the defense gonna do? Talk about the D now.
they're mentally strong.
Gotta be locked in.
They got to fight through it because there are some moments.
Okay. Little adversity.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
okay.
a moment or two where the Raiders are driving.
Okay. Little Rocky moment. Rocky! You getting
Then the Steelers lock down in the red zone. It's bend but don't break.
Okay.
Carr,
Okay.
I don't think he's able to handle the energy in the stadium.
I mean, it's gonna be electric. That what they say.
I think he tosses the defense too.
Ooh, it's not uncharacteristic for those type of things to happen. Just saying.
So Najee gives Steeler fans in Pittsburgh two presents in the end zone. Derek Carr gives the Steelers defense two presents in the form of interceptions.
I will say this, man. Derek Carr is a really, really thoughtful and nice gentleman, and we saw his compassion for people. So I do think he's going to be very compassionate towards Steeler Nation and give those type of gifts because we like those type of gifts right there, man. That's the gift that keeps on giving. Let's go.
Steelers end up scoring
What's up?
when it's all said and done.
Touchdown. Hee hee.
27 points.
Uh.
The Raiders get 17.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, Las Vegas.
There it
Your
is.
season's over.
Viva Las Vegas. I'm with you.
That's my score prediction.
What's head? What I'm talking about, Deke. That's how it needs to be right there, man. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. I mean, seriously.
I tried to tie some Christmas themes in there too.
I like when you tie the Christmas theme in there, man, because we need that. We do. It's a Christmassy Christmas for you and I. So I appreciate you. All right. Have ya?
Did I say your score prediction? It looked like you were changing something there.
Oh, no. I had it in my head, and I remembered to myself, I was like, I never wrote it down. And I like to write it down because, unfortunately, I still have to go in tomorrow. I ain't get tomorrow off. So I got to go in. I had to remember my pick. So I was like, let me write it down so I don't have to worry about, what one did I say on the podcast? Which was one I saying right here? I'm trying to be consistent. That's all.
Got you.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I said the same score prediction as you and you had to switch it up.
No, but if you said the same as me, I would just say that great minds think alike. You know that?
That works.
Yeah. Or inebriated minds think alike. But either way, it would have worked out. So, yeah. All right, so we got score predictions coming in. Let's see.
You're not breaking yours down.
Oh, no. I was going to do theirs first and you do mine. I can do mine first.
Okay.
I can do
No,
mine.
no.
I got you. Yeah.
I thought you were stalling. I thought
No.
I thought it was going to be a disaster.
You know, we go back and forth. Sometimes we do it where, like, we'll go back to back. And then other times it's like, you'll go first and then we'll do the chat. Sometimes I go. I think last week I went first.
I was worried there.
Yeah. No, I got you. Hey,
There's been times you've stalled before.
Yeah, this isn't the stall week. No.
There's no cop outs.
Listen, man. Look. I forgot which philosopher said it, but we burnt the boats. Okay, we can't go back that way. The boats are burnt. We just onward and upward. Okay, we can't go back there. That's the way. So I don't have time.
No,
to
I
be
could read them
backtracking.
right. I see. I didn't know where you were going with this.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were skipping yours.
No.
I could read them now.
You know I'm finna tell. I gotta talk my talk today.
Donald Copeland, 28-24, the Bears.
Let's go.
1 Dups. Steelers 47.
Okay.
He says the shitters, the 3. Only 3 points. I don't know where you get that from Raiders. I don't know what derivative.
I was wondering that
It
too.
doesn't even sound like it.
I was like, maybe he's saying poop, but I was like, no, I don't see that as well, but all good.
Change the channel. 24-16 Steelers. All right, we're on the same page.
Okay. I thought he meant like change the channel, like it was gonna be bad. It's done. Just yeah.
That's his username.
Okay.
So he's probably one of those guys that likes red zone and likes flipping between games.
Yeah.
If that's your username.
Yeah.
NSMC
It is funny
99.
that dynamic. You got the people that want to watch like multiple games at once. Then you got the ones that are like, I'm only watching one at a time. And then you got, like you said, I'm just backwards. Don't matter. Yeah, so I'm with you.
Fantasy is a big part of that.
You're probably right.
Because you got
That
players
makes
on
sense.
different teams
That
playing
makes
at the same
sense.
time. NSMC 99 says, yeah, no, I already said it. 23-16 Steelers. John Easton, 31-10 Steelers.
Okay.
Country Malik, 48. He says 20-17 Steelers.
Let's go.
Rod Dawes, 10-17 Steelers dub.
Love that.
Do it for Franco.
Love
Number
that.
32.
Love that.
Mark Malone, 17-13 Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Tosikowski, he's got my score. 27-17 Steelers.
Okay.
Mike Hood, 28-17 Steelers win. A lot of Steeler wins.
I was about to say,
There's not one
I think-
person that has the Raiders.
I low key was just. It's funny you said that. I was like, yo, I think I just found 2 people. That was it.
A couple people got Raiders.
I got Kenny is a backup at best.
That's Lil Noriega. Or Big Noriega.
34-3 Raiders.
Damn.
Mr. Malvo. Shout out to Mr. Malvo as well, man. He part of that membership, baby. Respect. 28-10 Raiders.
Jacob Malesio.
Those
Steelers
only 2, right?
31-28. It's a firefight.
Oh, yeah. I think those are only 2 that I saw that had. Yeah, I think it was just 2.
Fisher momentum.
Okay,
30-15
okay.
Steelers win.
Okay.
Gorilla mode. 23-13 Steelers. Minka pick 6.
I mean, he did have.
Yeah,
a
I got a
pick
feeling
last week.
something's gonna happen. Something
Uh-huh.
immaculate. Dare I say?
I mean, it's gonna have immaculate energy out there on Saturday night. The vibes would certainly be immaculate. All right. So I think we are good. I think. The truth is, he says 24-17. Vegas Cuts 702. Shout out to Vegas Cuts, by the way. He says 27-10 Steelers. Shaves Adams 17-10 Steelers. Okay. Well, then you know what? Let's get after it then. I believe it is on me, Deke. It is on me.
People are waiting.
So you know, the Raiders hold a special place in my heart. From a childhood. Me and my daddy. I played rec ball. Played for one of the teams. At one point in time, they were the Raiders. And me and my daddy, we wanted to make our helmets look a little nicer because our equipment was not the most ideal. So we spray painted all our helmets silver with the Raiders logo. Touched my heart. One of my favorite childhood memories, Deke. One of my favorite memories. Me and my daddy spray painting helmets, Raiders silver, with the logo. And Deke, I did a good job too. You'd have been proud of me. Unfortunately, though, Deke, that season wasn't the most winning going on. I actually hated that season, Deke. I hurt my leg that year. First time I ever going to the hospital, hurt my leg. Raiders game. Oh. So since then, Deke, I feel scorned by this team. I feel some type of animosity towards this team. I feel a certain level of biasness when I think about this team. And I don't like the fact that y'all made AB go crazy because he wasn't doing all that before he got to y'all. So yeah, I'm putting that on you too. How about that? Okay. He ain't never go crazy when he was with us. He was crazy, but he ain't go cray-cray. He went cray-cray with y'all. All right?
Bumper cars.
Yeah. Okay. So I also hold that against them. All right? And the simple fact that y'all be hating on the Immaculate Reception, acting as if it did not happen. Are y'all out your minds? Are you ludicrous? What's going on here,
Watch
baby?
the tape. Watch
Tape
football.
don't lie. Angles don't lie. Okay? So with that being said, Steelers still going to take care of business because they are the more physical team. Because they are more adept to playing in these type of conditions, baby. Think we're going to be out there worried about the cold? Oh, it's cold. Oh, Deke, my arms. Oh, Deke, I need a toe warmer. Oh, Lord, where's some pizza at Deke? It could be as hot, could be like a hand warmer. We ain't worried about none of that, baby. We locked in. Vegas? They going to be thinking about them slot machines, them casinos. They going to be thinking about getting ready for like the New Year's celebration.
Rivers Casino is
Come
right
on,
next
bro.
to the field.
Exactly. And that's the advantage, baby. But more importantly, like I said, man, we're going to be too fired up. The energy is going to be there, man. And it's a must win for us. Not just because of the playoff hopes and all the other things that we have. No losing season for Coach Tom and all that's still on the line. But more importantly, man, this is going to be the first chance for the Steelers to do something to represent the life of Franco Harris. So this team is going to come out there and reflect that energy. This team is going to come out there and play with passion that we need to see from them for 4 quarters. And I ultimately feel like that is the difference. So I do have it Steelers 26, Raiders 23. I think it's going to be some scoring. It's going to get a little weird at times. But at the end of this thing, man, we will be the ones coming out on top because we have no other option. Like I said, man, we had to burn them boats, baby. We can't go back that way. We got to keep going this way. So that's where we at, man. Steelers will take care of business, baby. So let's get it.